Have you ever had just a really bad day where you are just done with the world, you are done with adulting, and you just want to check out of all of the responsibilities and pressure for a little while? We've all been there, right? Life just can be stressful and overwhelming sometimes, and we all at one point or another are like, "Ugh, I just need to check out of my adult headspace and just chill and relax and let go." Well, when it comes to the BDSM lifestyle, we have a couple of terms for that: DDLG, MDLB, or CGL. Before we go any further, I want to pause for a moment and introduce a new segment called Patron Spotlight. My monthly patrons get all kinds of awesome benefits, but specifically when it comes to YouTube, every month my patrons get to vote on exactly what videos they would like to see on my channel month to month. In addition to that, my patrons can also add to the set or my wardrobe if they would like to see something in a video or see me wearing something in a video. And this beautiful little bralette came in from my wonderful patron Adventuregasm, so want to just stop and shout you out. Thank you so much, and for those of you who are loving it, you can grab it on Amazon. Alright, so DDLG. This is the most commonly recognized term for the dynamic of daddy dom, little girl. But it can also manifest from a femdom perspective in mommy dom, little boy, or just a very generic title as caregiver and little. Now, if you've been here for any length of time, you know that my philosophy on dominance is to provide care for your submissive. But DDLG, MDLB, CGL dynamics take it a step further. You usually have a more softer style dominant who really truly likes setting rules, guidelines, boundaries to help their submissive grow, to nurture their submissive, and in some ways to mature their submissives mentally, emotionally, socially, etc. And on the little side of the switch, these are simply adults, yes, everyone in DDLG, MDLB, CGL. You must be over 18, all right? No minors in kink, because you cannot provide your authentic consent until you are 18, until you are a legal adult. So we are never, ever talking about minors, ever. And we'll talk more about that in a minute. But with that being said, on the little side of the switch, you have adults who are just tired, who want care, who want nurturing, who want a really sweet connection with their dominant partner in an environment where they feel guided, they feel safe, they feel secure, they feel nurtured, and they feel like they can step out of their adult responsibilities, step out of their adult headspace, and take on a much more innocent, softer, sweeter, simpler headspace. And not all participants in CGL dynamics are into age play or age regression. Not all of them are adult babies who like to wear diapers. That is a common misconception. Those are subsets of CGL. CGL dynamics just in of themselves, in my opinion, are very much about regression, just like pet play dynamics are very much about regression. You are checking out of this adult headspace with all of these thoughts, all of these things to consider, all of these responsibilities, and you are taking all of that away, stripping all of that away, and allowing your submissive to really just be present mentally. Now, there are some critics who would argue that CGL, MDLB, DDLG is no different than pedophilia, and nothing could be further from the truth. And here are a few reasons why. First of all, CGL is defined as the desired power exchange dynamic between two consenting adults in which the dominant seeks to care for and guide their adult submissive within a reverted mental and emotional state. Pedophilia, on the other hand, is the sexual disorder in which an adult person has sexual attraction and violates the consent of prepubescent children. So the very definition and motivations of these daddy dom little, mommy dom little dynamics versus the disgusting, perverted acts of pedophilia are completely different things. Number one, we have two consenting adults here. Adults that are using this form of regression to play consensually. Two consenting adults using regression to play together consensually is very, very different than an abuser preying on an innocent child. And really what I wish that people would see, the critics of this dynamic would see, regression, reversion, you vanillas do it too, okay? Have you guys heard of Comic-Con? Have you ever been to Comic-Con? All right, we have adults dressing up in different costumes, taking on different personas, acting as different people. Why? A way to play, a way to escape, a way to regress, a way to revert. Right? So just like the vanillas at Comic-Con who are dressing up to take on a different persona and relate and connect to people in a different way, DDLG is no different. But critics get hung up on the terms daddy, mommy, little boy, baby girl, and they lose their shit over the terms and therefore associate these terms with, again, non-consensual acts of pedophilia, violation against children, all right? Nothing could be further from the truth. For the very fact that if a critic of CGL dynamics were to be out and about at a restaurant and overhear a conversation between a vanilla man and a vanilla woman in which the vanilla man called his partner baby. Oh, baby, you look so beautiful, okay? That critic of this type of dynamic wouldn't bat an eye. Why? Because it has become vanilla socially acceptable for men to use baby as a term of endearment for their female partner. Are we talking about an actual baby? Is he saying that she looks like a baby? Is he saying that he desires to be with a baby? No, he is simply using the word baby as a term of endearment for his woman. And vanillas recognize this and are totally cool with this every day of the week. But we put a girl at the end of that, a baby girl or a baby boy, oh my God, hell freezes over. Same thing with daddy and mommy. They are terms of endearment. Just like sir is a term of endearment, mistress, goddess, terms of endearment, daddy is a term of endearment, mommy is a term of endearment. It's not saying that I look at you as my literal daddy or I look at you as my literal mommy. No, it is a, hey, you care for me, you protect me, you keep me safe, you keep me secure, you guide me. And that is what I'm speaking to. But I think one of the biggest tells about vanilla conditioning when it comes to CGL dynamics is the term daddy issues. I have seen, heard, read this so many times by the critics of, ignorant critics of such a lifestyle that the girls who participate in this have daddy issues. Number one, define daddy issues. The critics who are coming at these people, at our community saying, hey, you have daddy issues, not one has been able to define to me what daddy issues mean specifically in this dynamic and how it will negatively affect the dynamic, the relationship, and the individual people and their psyches. Not one has been able to explain that to me. So until I hear a rational, logical, well-presented argument for why having daddy issues would mean that you are disqualified for participating in this lifestyle, I'm gonna say that's just bullshit. And I say it's bullshit, not that everyone who participates in BDSM has a totally healthy psyche. That's not true either. But I personally know a lot of littles and middles, people who are into age play, people who are into age regression, that have great relationships with their fathers, who were very loved and nurtured by their fathers growing up, who had very present fathers growing up, who had very good disciplinarians growing up, and who still maintain a very healthy relationship as an adult with their adult father. And these people who are into CGL dynamics have communicated to me that that's part of why they were so into this dynamic, is they were so well cared for by their parents, and their parents put such high standards of what it means to be cared for and treated well within them, that is what they're looking for in a partner. They're looking for that same level of care and nurturing that they experienced before. And let's just say there are some players in this lifestyle who enjoy CGL dynamics, DDLG, MDLB dynamics, and they didn't have a great background. They didn't have a great mother or a great father. They did experience abandonment and abuse in their past. What about them? Well, one, regression is often a modality used in trauma therapy. So there's benefit here, already proven psychological benefit to a form of regression to perhaps go back and work through some of those things in a very controlled, safe environment. But beyond that, the presence of past trauma should not control present peace. And that to me is the beauty of what I see in those littles who didn't have the greatest of backgrounds, but who are engaging in this now. This is a way to bring some peace. Not to focus on our past pain or our past trauma, but to bring some peace now, to have that nurturing now, to have that care now. Not that we're looking at our romantic partner as that father, as that mother, but we're looking at our romantic partner as our romantic partner who also can just take us under their wing and wrap their arms around us and nurture us and care for us in a way that we deeply, deeply crave.